Every football team has its traditional home colours, most spanning back over a century. But in the current era of yearly releases coupled with limitations brought on by templates, designers often stray out of tradition. So here are 5 examples of Sunderland experimenting with their stripes. Now, as a reference point, here is the current shirt. It is what I would class as the classic Sunderland home shirt. It has stripes around 2 inches wide. The stripes cover the entire shirt, including the sleeves, and although not compulsory, the black trim is always welcome. The first shirt on this list is also the most recent, the 2021-22 home shirt. The second home release in the current kit deal, which isn't actually with Nike. The club's current deal is actually with Just Sport Group, who essentially act as the middleman between football club and Nike. For the 21-22 shirt, Just Sport ordered thousands of units of the Nike Park 7 teamwear shirt in white and added faded stripes and a dotted silhouette of the club badge added via sublimation printing, as well as the proper badge and sponsors being added via transfer. The kits were marketed as having been remixed and were well received. In May 2022, Sunderland won at Wembley in these shirts, making it an instant classic. These badges have a tendency to fall apart, so mint condition examples will be worth a fair bit in a few years' time. On to number 2, and a kit that was a bit of a farce. In 2018, Betdaq became the club's primary sponsor on a 2-year deal. However, before the first season had even ended, they decided that they did not want to feature on any Sunderland shirts, with immediate effect. The problem was, Sunderland's new home shirts had already been produced. Betdaq made the suggestion that their sponsorship space should be donated to Children with Cancer UK. Turning down a charity wouldn't have been a very good look, so the club instead had Children with Cancer printed over the top of the Betdaq logo. This looked awful, not just aesthetically with the letters clearly sticking out, but a betting logo mixed with a children's cancer charity. It was an absolute disaster. The shirt itself featured the widest stripes ever seen on a Sunderland shirt. The huge centre stripe along with the red band of the sponsor made the front of the shirt look more like a St George's cross than stripes. This shirt came out while Adidas had a ban on stripes on the back of shirts. Having had 2 all red backs the previous seasons, they compromised here and gave us stripes on the bottom section of the shirt. A total opposite to Nike's 02-04 shirt, which had an all red bottom as a guide to tell players where to tuck their shirt in. This didn't look too bad when you've got the numbers and sponsors on the back, but it looked a bit ridiculous on blank replica shirts. Stuart Donald defended this shirt, claiming it was the fastest selling Sunderland shirt of all time. Now this may be true, but the reality of it was that was probably down to the boost it got because it was released the week of a playoff final at Wembley. I think the worst thing about this shirt is that it didn't do a great charity justice. The third kit on this list is the 17-18 home shirt, and do you know what? I'm not even going to talk about this one. It's just shite. On to number 4, and here we have the tamest shirt on the list. When Sunderland unveiled the kit for the 11-12 season, at first it looked like the classic design. Normal stripes, black collar and cuffs, and a plain black text logo as a sponsor. However, on the back, the stripes crossed over diagonally over the shoulders. A small touch, but something we hadn't seen before and we haven't seen since. Sometimes you don't need to reinvent the wheel, just a small change will do the trick. Finally, we come to number 5 and the biggest departure the club has ever seen. After having had classic Umbro kits all throughout the 70s, 1981 saw Lecoq Sportif take over, and they took Sunderland's kit, ripped it up and started again. They gave us red shorts and socks. They also produced a predominantly white shirt with paired thin red stripes. These red stripes were also bordered by black. It really didn't go down well at all at the time, with many seeing it as sacrilege. The contract ran until 1983. The club immediately moved on to Nike, and Lecoq Sportif didn't get a second chance. The funny thing is, this could have been an instant classic if it was an away kit. It has also grown in popularity over the years, with score-draw remakes proving to be very good sellers. So there you have it, 5 times Sunderland experimented with their stripes. Would you like to see more variations? Or do you see the stripes as sacred? Comment to have your say.